all that money and more went down the drain. This state had no hold of its spending whatsoever, and the ones that led the big spending were those that were opposed to the income tax, except when it came time to spend it. The main recipients of the wrath of the state were my wife Claudia over here and myself. That's okay. That's what leadership is supposed to do. It's supposed to make decisions that work, and it worked. Not decisions that are necessarily popular. And in that sense, I backed the governor. He didn't create the mess any more than I created the mess. Both of us are trying to do a job to clean it up. And it's not going to be popular. So I'm not going to say that I agree with this or agree with that. I admire the man for standing up and trying to do something about a problem that others created for him. Neither one of us are complaining. We asked for the job. But if the job is going to be done, it has to be done not just with brains, but with courage. And that will always be the case insofar as leadership in government is concerned. Point number 2, I will tell you where there ought to be structural change. A big structural change. This state is a one-party state. Now, I realize this is a nonpartisan event, but that's all right. The fact is, the United States of America, the independent Lowell Weickers aside, has been built on a two-party system. All you have to do is take a look at what's happened to the Republican Party in the state of Connecticut to the point where it's become a nonentity. And so you get, first of all, a governor, convicted felon, working with a Democratic legislature. Then a wonderful lady, but one who was more interested in polls than governing, in conjunction with the Democratic legislature. And you end up in this mess, which is basically the result of one-party rule. So if I were advocating for structural change, it wouldn't be anything within the government. It would be to tell the Republican Party of the state of Connecticut, stop following the Republican national philosophy. This is Connecticut. It has its own constituencies. And start running men and women who are moderate Republicans who can get elected. Because that's the bottom line as to whether you're doing your job. And the last election should have taught the Republicans the ultimate lesson, i.e. in a Republican sweep, the whole party comes crashing down in the state of Connecticut. There's the structural change to bring about that tension, that good tension between two parties, so that these issues are brought on the table, so they're argued, so they're negotiated, rather than have it all the result of one party's philosophy, one party's thinking. Reform the Republican Party of the state of Connecticut to where it can win.
Thank you, Governor. Oz, opening statement, please.
Always glad to follow government.